We are back, ladies and gents, to the Hall of Fame of Setup Wars. I'll be revisiting the last 10 setups that earned our one and only prestigious Seal of Approval award. And fun fact, all of them have been awarded in the past 12 episodes, which means we had an average of 0.83 seals per episode. Let that sink in. But yeah, with that said, sit back and relax, grab your drinks, and let's get started. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but ever since I picked up my new iPhone 16, I haven't really found a case to use with it. As much as I like the raw look, it just feels butt naked. And it's not exactly convenient when I want to watch something, but my hands are busy. Well, with the Syncwire magnetic phone grip, I get the best of both worlds. I keep the fresh look and can hold and place the phone anywhere. The MagSafe mount and adjustable rings come in clutch when I need to look something up while building a PC, or if I'm following a recipe to make breakfast in bed for the wifey. I randomly found out that the magnet works from both sides too. Just make sure the middle ring is fully pressed in so the magnet comes into direct contact with the object. You can snap it onto any metallic surface, even this water bottle. Also, I may be using it without a case, but as long as you get a case that has a flat surface like this, it should work with no issues. But for textured or heavier phone cases, you can use the provided magnetic ring for a stronger bond. It's an overall handy tool for recording both when on the go, or if you want to set it at a specific angle on your desk to record your cringy TikTok videos. So to grab one yourself, make sure to click the Syncwire link down below. I don't think the 61st Seal winner needs an introduction. We all know Eric by now. He's a supporter and active member on our Discord server, and quite literally the reason why I was able to bring my own setup to the next level. The custom steel frame desk that was welded by his dad was the inspiration for the frame that we created for my setup. As always, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Danny, who helped me 3D model it in Blender so that I can bring my vision to life. Anyways, back to the setup. So this is a unique masterpiece with an integrated headboard and shelves all mounted securely to the wall. His setup wasn't just able to win my heart though. Eric recently scored another W in our Setup of the Month contest on our Discord server and gathered the most votes for the best laptop setup. We actually host these every month with a different category to find out who has the best setup of them all for a chance to win some dope prizes. At the end of the year, the best setups of each month will go head to head for the Ultimate Setup Award with even crazier prizes, so make sure you guys join my Discord server to find out more and to participate for next month's Setup of the Month. But yeah, well deserved. Eric, congrats. Next, we have Dan, a fellow boomer from Philly who was the first left-handed user on Setup Wars in a very long time. Over the course of a year, he had built a gaming and work setup with next-level cable management. In case you guys forgot, his PC is tucked away inside the shelf to the left, with the cables hidden so well you'd think they didn't exist. Heck, I thought it was a laptop setup at first. He even painted the raceways to match the wall color. Amazing job. But what truly makes Dan's setup unforgettable is the story behind it. Gaining inspiration from the channel and Setup Wars, he started to work on his own space, which was therapeutic for him after the loss of both his parents. Dan, I'm gonna say it again. I'm sure your parents will be proud of what you've created here. Hope you're doing well, and congrats again on the 62nd Seal of Approval. Seal number 63 was awarded in the same episode, more specifically to Michael with his Star Wars themed man cave. This room is the wet dream of all Anakin stans. We have a bunch of Star Wars memorabilia, posters, Legos, a massive wallpaper, and even a giant stormtrooper right next to his setup. And it doesn't stop there. My guy has triple monitors in a TIE Fighter layout. Talk about iconic. Very iconic, very demure. More like very cringe trend. I hate myself for that. All the Setup Wars stuff aside, Setup Wars? Setup? And here they come. Barging in my office, always mid-recording. Hi, what do you want, Olivia? Oh my God, you want to be a part? I'm shooting my 7th episode of Seal of Approval Edition. You're like almost 2 years old. You don't need a pacifier. No, so. Do you want to say hi to the camera before you go back home? Okay, you want to go back home? Let's go back home.
A few minutes later.
I know some of you guys might be asking, why don't you just lock the door? Okay, if I lock the door, then she starts banging on the glass door and she starts crying and screaming and it just becomes an entire mess. So I have no choice but to let them in. Okay, anyways, back to the show. All the Star Wars stuff aside, what blew my mind is the gorgeous wall-mounted PC. It features a custom-made case with wood pieces and rustic pipes, and it's freaking layered. The middle part is separated from the main frame and it's protruding forward, making the hardline chrome tubing even more impressive. Michael, with your dedication and craftsmanship, the 63rd seal of approval is well deserved in your hands, my guy. The 64th seal winner also had a themed setup. It's hard to forget Nicholas and his crazy hyper intro with my man getting ready to chop up some zombies. This setup was not just themed after the Doom game, it lived and breathed it. Breathed it? I don't know how to say this, I'm sorry. Moving forward, basically acting as a shrine dedicated to it. As much as the execution is impressive, what really drew me to this setup are two things. First, he put it all together only within a month, including all the custom work that he did with the cabinets, meaning he had to plan everything thoroughly in advance. And second, which is my personal favorite part of the whole setup, the custom power button with toggle switches that he built right into the desk itself. Every time he starts up his PC, it basically looks like he's launching an airstrike. Freaking epic. All the attention to detail with the custom painted parts, the themed gear, and consistent color scheme left no doubt in my mind, so Nicholas was able to secure a seal as well. Up next is none other than the king of retro synthwave, Justin. For some reason, it reminded me of my own RGB dance that I've regretted doing many years ago. Only the true OGs remember. The room being filled with lighting and a cloud ceiling catches the attention right away, but the more you look into the setup, the more cool details you notice. Immaculate cable management, regardless of the amount of gear, a full sound system around the whole room, and of course the cherry on top, a gorgeous custom water-cooled PC with hardline tubing. I still can't wrap my head around how you're able to get such perfect bends on your first try. Justin gave proper love and attention to every aspect of this setup. Huge kudos and congrats once again to your seal, my guy. Ramy's setup from episode 344 was an insane tribute to all things Marvel. The decor alone wasn't the only thing that contributed towards getting the seal though. I mean, sure, the black and gold PC was already out of this world with the custom comic book decals and the Thanos gauntlet in the middle, but what really sealed the deal were the ingenious solutions for cable management and custom work done all around the room. In case you guys don't remember, there are literally 0 cables visible anywhere underneath the tabletops. That's because they are grooved from the back to allow the cables to be inserted into them, eliminating any spaghetti outside. Fun fact, this was actually an idea he got from his niece, Evangelina, who was also part of Setup Wars back in episode 331. If you guys missed it, I definitely recommend checking out both episodes to see what exactly they did. It's definitely something to try out for your own setups. Oh my goodness, Shayla, now it's your turn. Hi, Daddy's recording. Magnificent job overall, Ramy. Thanks again for blessing our eyes. Seal number 67 ended up in the hands of Kaimar, a YouTuber from Texas with his bat cave. That's what he calls his setup, by the way, okay, which I'm still questioning even till today, but hey, who am I to tell you what you should call your setup or your space? After all, it doesn't matter what it's called, it's all about the substance. And we got to see plenty of it, especially thanks to the beautiful high quality photos that he provided. Kaimar executed the whole warm wooden tones mixed with darker gray and black accents perfectly, bringing us a blend of functionality and aesthetic appeal with his setup. At first glance, I would have never thought that this was powered by only a MacBook, and it's meant for productivity. Even though he doesn't have a dedicated gaming PC, Kaimar still built a console gaming corner right next to the main setup, where he can chill out and, as he mentioned, teach his brother some manners. I'd love to hear that. All in all, a beautifully executed setup and definitely worthy of a seal. Man, I got teary-eyed as soon as I saw this setup again. Edward received his seal in the same episode as Kaimar with his perfectly symmetrical setup. He had somewhat of a Stormtrooper color scheme going, with mainly white gear and some black accents and no unnecessary clutter on the desk. He even did a full 3D render of his setup before putting it together. That's how dedicated he was. It's quite crazy how identical the final product looks to the render. There are two things about this setup I want to highlight. One of them is the custom painted HDMI switch that he attached underneath the desk to easily switch between his different consoles and the PC depending on what he wants to use. And number two is of course his Stream Deck right beside that, which he placed into a custom mount that he can pull out and push down for quick access. Genius solution. But what truly makes Edward's setup special is his story. After battling life-threatening infections and undergoing over 30 surgeries, he emerged victorious, spreading positivity and smiles all around, be it within his family, our production team, and of course, you guys. He displays one of the metal screws from his surgeries right above his setup as a symbol of his strength. Edward, my tocayo, as Gambit will always say. I hope you're doing a lot better now and you're still continuing to achieve your goals and working on your dreams. Can't wait to see what else you got planned for your setup, so please feel free to apply again. Over 9 freaking years, you guys. 9 years of setup wars and 346 episodes later, we finally awarded the infamous 69th seal of approval. I know a lot of you guys, myself included, have been waiting for that very special episode. Christian really set the bar for musician-inspired setups. I mean, my guy did everything in his power to glaze deadmau5. Okay, look, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Okay, I'm just jealous, Christian, that's all. I wish someone would stand me like that. Anyways, he went all out with the whole decor, the custom-made deadmau5 heads, the beautifully organized desk, and making use of both walls to the sides, with a pegboard on the left and the PC on the right. I mean, every detail was screaming, that seal belongs to me. The immaculate cable management topped it off for me with no cables visible underneath the desk and especially none visible going towards the PC, with the only realistic option being them routed through the wall. Love your dedication to the theme, Christian. If you ever see deadmau5 again, please let him know that he's more than welcome to play at the TechSource headquarters. Last but certainly not the least is Jerome, an aerospace engineer and pilot from Netherlands who showed his skills with a freaking transforming setup. Are you serious? Those massive TVs that he uses as his displays already made my panties jingle. But then they were thrown right into the horizon, never to be seen again, as soon as I saw the simulator setup. It's an engineering masterpiece, to say the least, with a custom designed mechanism that allows a flight sim to transform into a driving sim in a matter of seconds. I mean, just look at this thing. It was a very recent episode, but let's enjoy this scene with the ASMR sounds one more time. It's getting hot in here. I'm gonna need a drink after that. I promise you there's no vodka in here, by the way. It's just water mixed with some liquid IV. That's it. This gorgeous sight, paired with the spotless cable management, left me no other choice but to award him the seal. And there is not even an ounce of doubt about it. Wow, what a way to end the 7th seal of approval episode, you guys. I should probably do an episode dedicated to all the seal winners from the very first one up until like 70, but I feel like we could do that on the 10th episode, so that way we can do 1 through 100. And we'll make this a really quick episode, obviously, we're not gonna spend too much time. I bet we'll see a ton of changes over time, both on the setup side and also my decisions. So yeah, let me know in the comment section if that's something you guys wanna see, or if you think that's gonna be too lame. Yeah, anyways, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you very soon in the next one.